me hit record.
It said recording in progress.
Well,
Yes,
we're gonna go ahead
it's
and give it a shot.
We can do the
So
audits.
hopefully it records this room. Okay, so let's go ahead and start. You know what I have found is that sometimes if you are not super excited about your type, the parties that you're holding, you might need to spice it up just a little bit. Now, also, one of the catch-22s in Mary Kay is that sometimes we can overthink it and we can try to get on every bandwagon. Oh, people are doing this type of party. Oh, people are doing this type of party. Guess what? Everything you're doing is a skincare class. All right, that's it. You might call it something different. You might tweak it just a little bit. But I just wanted to share with you a couple of different types of parties because sometimes you have had someone that has been a hostess for you and they've done a skincare class and they've done color and you're like, well, I really need to layer her again. And she's loving Mary Kay. What else can I do with her? And so these are just some of the different types of parties that I have. I like to do a 5 in 15. So I'm sharing 5 favorite products in 15 minutes, and this can be virtual as my preference because otherwise you can't spend just 15 minutes. It just never works because you have people visiting. And so that is just on Zoom and or Messenger chat. And so I love doing that. Like when new products come out, I will do that with my preferred clients that can't get together for a party. And so what that does is that increases your sales. You can get referrals. And by the way, when you're getting referrals, target it. Say, hey, I'm honoring nurses this month, or I'm honoring teachers this month. Because right now, teachers are going to be looking for additional income or something to do in the summer. So it's just a thought. Okay, the next one is the skin analysis. You can do this in person or you can do it virtually. I have lots of documentation on this. And so this is just something that I do. I will show you. I think I might have shown y'all this before. But it's these sheets right here. It's just skincare analysis. And you just go through and you say, you know, I'd like to do a skin analysis with you. This helps me for trading purposes. And you just ask her about, you know, what challenges she has with her skin that are on here. And then you basically fill out a report of which products you think would benefit her the most. So I can give you more information on that if that floats your boat. Okay, I'm not going to go into specifics on everything. A sip and shop. Basically, this is a collection preview. I like sip and shop because women like to sip, whether it's wine or coffee or water, whatever. And all women like to shop. I don't care who you are. So the sip and shop is great for when you have a great big group of people. That I found is really, really beneficial. You can do this in person and you can do it virtually. Virtually, it's like a QVC style. You're just sharing, oh, look, this is this product. This is what it does. This is what I love about it. You're romancing it. And then you're going on to the next product. Sip and shops, I found that you can cover more products. And so, like, people can see more things. But I always share skincare on the back of the hand. Always. Time-wise repair, always lead with that. The next thing, Hydra session or a glass facial. So a glass facial is a Korean-inspired facial, but we used to call them Hydra sessions. People just changed the name and made it a new thing. It's basically a skincare class, but you're using additional things like you're using exfoliation steps, you're using masking steps, and you're also using maximum hydration steps. You can do these. This is an extremely gratifying experience. It's kind of like when people go to have a facial on a monthly basis. This isn't something that people would use nightly. It's using basically our skincare set and then a bunch of supplements. It's something they would probably only do once a month. So guess what? I was talking to one of my consultants that loves doing these. And I said, you know what? Why don't you start rebooking people every month or every other month or every third month? You could have, just like we get when we get our nails done or our hair done or we have a massage, our whoever our service provider is always booking our next appointment. Are we doing that? Are we keeping our books filled with our current clients? She deserves to have that facial because if she doesn't buy everything that you're sharing that night, you know what? Let's do it again. Let's do it again. You know, I like to do this about monthly. Do you want to go ahead and schedule? Shall we go ahead and schedule your appointment for next month? And then she can bring friends to earn some of the free product that she didn't purchase that day. So just a thought on that. So social media tips. Number one, like on Facebook, I turned my regular Facebook profile into a business profile. And so Mary Kay is very lenient. You can post Mary Kay stuff now on your basic page, but turn it into a business profile page. And it's really simple to do that. And so I still stick to the rule about 80% of life is posted on there and about 20% of, 20% Mary Kay. I do not inundate people with just Mary Kay. You will lose followers that way because they might feel like that's all you're talking about. You know what I mean? And by the way, puppies and kittens are cute, but if all you post about is puppies and kittens, some people are going to be like, not that cat again. What is that? You know what I mean? So, number one, 80% life, 20% Mary Kay. Number two, do all of the things. Facebook just sent me something yesterday. They sent me a notification and they said, we have broadened your viewership. Like the people that are viewing my stuff, they've broadened it because it said I was doing all of the things. And so what are all of the things? Are you going live every once in a while? Are you posting in stories? Are you posting in reels or creating reels? Are you doing just a regular post that you might just like ask a question? Are you scheduling posts? And by the way, when you have a business page, it's not a business page, but it's a business profile basically, you can actually schedule posts on there. So it's beautiful. So you can do that. And then,
Jenna, can we ask a question?
yes, Becky.
So this is not your personal group. This is how do you change it to a business? Because so you have your regular Facebook, you can't schedule on those. You can schedule in groups. So what is this? I don't know what a business profile is.
Okay, so when you go on to
Anybody else?
my page,
Yeah.
look at that.
Right.
Do you see it says professional dashboard?
Uh-huh.
That's because it's a
Oh.
professional page.
So change
So
it.
switch
Okay.
switch it over from a
Personal.
personal page. It should be really easy because if it wasn't,
Okay.
I wouldn't have been able to figure it out.
I mean, I'll look it up, but I just want to make sure this is not your private group. Do you
No,
have a private group too, or just don't even worry about that because you have this?
I have a different group for my unit and all of our customers,
Right.
stuff like that. And so, yes, stuff does get posted on there, but this
Okay.
is, you want to get engagement and get followers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because if somebody's already in my customer group, they already know. Like that's an egg that's in my basket already. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking for new good eggs to put in my basket.
Oh,
Also,
okay.
Meta has a thing where you can connect your Instagram and your Facebook page. I don't usually post a ton on Insta, but what I do is I do create some reels on there and it cross posts. So you can set something up where it will cross post,
Mm-hmm.
and that does also increase your viewership. And plus, it posts in two places. So how easy peasy is that? Number three, interact with people. And I am not telling you, mark my words, I am not telling you that you should be on Facebook for several hours a day. Absolutely not. But maybe when you do get time, like if you're in a vehicle and you're not driving, look at just scroll a couple of times and comment on people's stuff. if you see something awesome, like their grandbaby that you're like, cutest baby ever, then type that because Facebook also, it's like, you guys, I don't have probably more friends than other people, but people see my stuff because of the algorithms. Okay. So it even gives me, they comment every once in a while and say, you're posting engaging content. So, like, I might ask somebody a question on their post. So, that's another thing that you can do. You can comment, you can comment on people's stuff. You can like it, you can love it, you can do the wow emoji. Because when you do like, if something surprises you or shocks you, do the surprise emoji. Mary Kay has been empowering. Sorry, Becky, I had to mute you out because something's playing. Anyway, when people comment on your stuff, reply to them. Make sure you're replying to people because that's also stirring your algorithms. And that's not just on your personal page, that's also in your group page. Okay? That is really important. Number 4, post at strategic times. If you're posting something that you really want people to see, Sunday nights, everyone's on. I've noticed that. Also 5 to 8 a.m. because you're catching people that are getting up, having their coffee, and grabbing their phone and getting on Facebook for a minute over the lunch hour. And also 4 to 5:30, I would say, after people get off work and might have an extra minute. And then after 7 p.m. at night. And number 5 is consider using Mary Kay's social media playbook because they have that and it's so beneficial. It's so easy to use. And to wrap it up, and by the way, we still have time and things, but to wrap up, what I have to share with you is have good lighting. Like, what do you want in your background? Do you want, if you have an unkept home, sorry, but if you have chaos going on at your house, people might not want to come there for a facial. Okay.
Right.
So, make sure that you're like on your phone outside in front of some flowers or something. Have good lighting and don't be taking live videos with people looking up your nose or at the ceiling fan. Gross. And so look at some of the people that you admire what their stuff looks like. And it's also like when you're doing a live, like right now, you'll notice all of the sales directors are dressed professionally and that have our lights on. And so when you are going live, that you definitely want to do that. You want to have kind of that professionalism. And then people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Love on people. I can't say this enough. Be humble and do not smother them with Mary Kay. Love, love, love others. That's what we are on this earth to do. And so it's so important. So, anyway, all right, ladies, what questions do you have? Any questions, comments?
I'll let Shannon go first because I know she has a meeting. So, Shannon, do you have questions or comments?
I was just gonna sorry, I'm gonna get out of the nurse's station for a minute. I was just gonna give a little bit of an update on, so I started those clinical trials this week and I got such good response. I got like 15 yeses right away.
Wow.
But I did buy like right away.
Very
and so I was like, but I did buy the Go sets.
Uh-huh.
And I had them even like I had Mary Kay send them out.
Uh-huh.
Because I thought maybe it would look more professional looking, but now I'm thinking next time I'm probably going to save the money and I'm going to order them at home and send them out. I
Right.
still think I want to do the Go set. I'm not positive. I just now have some ending. And I'm getting orders and I'm talking to one girl for sure, maybe 2 about joining because they really liked the products. So we'll see. But I was really surprised
I love that.
at the people who haven't started it yet. Like I'd send them one or two texts and then they'd finally get back with me and be like, oh, well, I'm not starting it till Saturday. And so I'm like, okay, so I got to put it on hold. So I'm
Okay.
probably going to replace some because it is kind of a lot. Like I have the sheet and I'm writing down what day you've sent, like what message. And
Right.
I kind of changed some of that because the very first day I had someone tell me, would you send it at night and not in the morning? Because I think something's wrong. And I actually kind of like that because everyone gets up at different times in the morning. For someone sending at 6 o'clock, they've already done their skincare and they're done. And someone else may not be out of bed, and it wakes them up. So I started sending them the night before.
So what are you saying? Are you sending them a reminder every day to do it?
I'm sending them like it'll talk about, okay, so tomorrow is when you're going to do the chemical peel. And, like, so there's a message for each day when normally I would have sent that morning, but instead I'm sending it the night before concerning what they need to do the next day.
I am not quite sure. I don't know what your literature looks like. That is interesting because the trials that I'm doing is just the skincare.
Well, this is just the skin. Well, I have almost all, I
I guess,
have
wait a minute.
two.
I guess I do an exfoliant.
Yes. There's just a peel and the peel and everybody gets microdermabrasion. If you're on the repair, you get the peel, and if you're on Miracle or Mary Kay line, you get charcoal
Charcoal
mask.
mask. Yeah.
So it's just
I don't think I send out instructions though. I think I think I send out the instructions in the packet, but then they get like a reach out on day 3. Hey, how's everything going?
oh,
And day
this one
5,
had this one had a reach out every day but day 4. And
that's a lot.
yeah, you don't think you like that? I haven't had
No,
anybody complain.
have you,
Um,
but are you overwhelmed with it?
I mean, it wasn't, if everybody would stay on the same schedule, it would be different. But like I said, I have beside their name, like what the last thing I sent out. And
Right,
honestly, with just 15, I have it done in like 10 minutes, unless somebody comments back, which I don't mind.
right.
But I'm done in like 10 minutes. So I
Now,
think,
did yours originate from Susan McCoy?
yes,
Then I would follow it because she's been successful.
yes.
Oh, I probably need your information.
Yeah. But like I said, I did change a couple things. And nothing has completely finalized out yet. Like I said, I really only have 2 or 3 that have ended, and
Yeah.
2 of them I'm talking to about possibly joining. And then everybody else, even though they had it, was like, I'm actually not starting till Saturday, or something. So,
All right.
um, so we'll see. But I'm liking it. But I do think that I'm going to go to sending it out myself instead of CDS.
Yeah.
And then I might give a few more. And if I don't think I just really want the production out of it, is why I'm going with the Ghost set versus the Section 2. So we'll see financially if
Right.
I'll see how that plays out.
You'll just have to weigh your options. You know what? I started doing this like a couple of years ago, actually. And so who I was doing it with were the people that I, number one, knew that if I sent them a full size Go set, they could afford to buy that Time Wise Repair set or a Miracle set. And so I'm
Yeah.
like, this is a no brainer for me because because I want them to be able to use it. The Go set has a different feel than ripping open little deals. It just
Yeah.
does. It's easier. I like it better. So, but I have been doing, um, different, like I have been doing some samples with some of my people. But yeah, that's
Yeah,
good.
so far I'm doing the Ghost set too. I will say one negative that I've had so far is I haven't had anyone give me referrals.
Really?
They all say they love it, which is surprising. I mean, so why they don't want to do referrals, I don't know. Now, 2 of the ladies I'm fine with, because if they join, the referrals should be their people anyway, but
Let me ask you this. Do you send them a form to fill out at the end?
yeah. And it's all been positive. It's
And
been
does the
incredibly
form-
positive.
Does the form have on it who are two?
Yep. And then there's also a text that says they can earn up to 50% if they give me the referrals, but they're not.
Huh. Do you call it referrals or is it just,
I do call it referrals, I think. So maybe that's the problem. I don't know.
that might be something. Let me look and see what it says on mine. What I send on the closing survey. Info request. Oh, it's not that one. Here we go. Okay, the last one on mine says, let me see. Who are two friends or acquaintances that would be interested in participating in our ongoing skincare trial?
That might be what my one on my form says. In the text, I think it's called referral. So maybe I need to change that verbiage.
I would take
I
that
did.
off.
Yeah.
I would just say,
Yeah.
who are two friends or acquaintances that you think would be interested in participating in the skincare trial?
Yeah. I will try that.
I would do.
Thank you guys for your help. I got to hop off. I got to get to my other meeting. So
That's great, Shannon. Have a great day.
thank you. You too.
Thanks.
Shannon.
Okay, Jennifer, tell me what you know.
I don't know anything, Jana.
Well, you're doing an amazing job. You're number one, and I
Thank
love
you.
that. So,
Thank you.
do you have any questions about any of the social media stuff or the party stuff?
I actually do have a social media question, so I'm kind of just breaking out into that. And one of my team members, she's very, very shy, and she's like, "I'll try it just so I can get my stuff, but I would like to just set it up on social media and see how I do." So she's going in. She just got her stuff. She's setting up her website through Mary Kay and all that. But I know because when I started, well, not when I started, I was just personal use. After I went to the E2E learning engagement, that learning, that's when I kind of caught fire and was like, why aren't I doing this? Like I took that question to heart, right? So I remember when I was watching all the learning stuff, the social media playbook, but now I can't find it again.
Okay,
And so how do I find that? It's on InTouch, right? Under the education.
it is. I'll show you where it's at here real quick.
Okay.
So, let me log in here real quick. I just
Because
showed
I think that's
was
how
live.
I'm going to expand while you're logging in. I think so. I'm kind of at that friends and family moment where I'm getting referrals from like places they work and things, but I want to expand outside my town area. I'm not saying we're saturated. I know people hate that, but there are a lot of moving Mary Kay people. So
Right.
I have I have team members in Tennessee. I have team members in Arkansas. I am looking at a team member now in the north end of me, which would be like Maryville and not Kansas, but Maryville, Missouri, and Nebraska. So, and one in Colorado. So I want to kind of showcase this. Okay, so InTouch. I'm looking.
Business
I'm sorry,
tools,
I'm getting too close.
you're good. Business tools and then social media central.
Okay, so InTouch Business Tools,
And then social media central.
Social Media Central. Okay, I'm gonna send that to her, and I'm gonna look too.
And then once you get on there, there should be if you go down to the bottom, it says social media resources and it says social media playbook right here. Do you see that?
Yep. Okay.
And then,
Thank you.
and then you just click that open and that will open up that social media playbook.
Yeah, because sometimes you know how from your phone you start clicking around, and then I'm
Right.
like, where did I see that at? And so I was
Right.
digging around.
And then
Okay.
And then what I do is I have my office assistant do this, um, but but I told her this is how I want this done. So print it off. So you
Mm-hmm.
just print it off, and then you're like, okay, now what do I need to do? Because it tells you do a video of this or take a picture of this, and this is what you need to do. Now, would I shift away from doing whatever you're doing to do a bunch of social media, no, Jennifer, I would not. And also, if this doesn't float your boat or excite you, then have a teenager come over and you can do the videos or whatever, like I do, like the content, give it to them and let them schedule your post out.
That's at my daughter. So my daughter, she's actually one of my team members, but that's what she does is she helps, she's kind of my assistant.
Okay.
So she helps do some of that and she can log in and read it herself because she has a consultant number, right? She's a personal youth consultant.
Okay.
So the other thing, do we still have time? Okay.
I think we have to go in like 1 minute.
Okay, so the other thing that I did that I thought I think is helping is I got my new products and we went live and my husband shaved his head. My husband's bald. And so he shaved and shaved his head. And literally he's told everybody, he called his brother, everybody. He said it's the best stuff he's ever used. Now, this is a 56-year-old man who has shaved his head for the last 10 years.
Wow.
He said it's
love
5
that.
stars. He's used all kinds of women's products, men's products. Hair moist conditioner to shave everything. He said this is the best ever, best ever.
That is amazing. My husband said it softens the beard, and he said it
Yeah.
makes it so much easier. So
Yeah.
anyway,
Yeah. So
I'm gonna stop the recording real quick.